Thank you for staying with India Today. I'm Suesha Savant and cutting across to more breaking news coming in. Well, 9 years after his removal as BCCI president, it's a big relief for Anurag Thakur as the Supreme Court has now lifted the ban on Anurag Thakur from holding office in BCCI. The top court has allowed him to participate in any affairs of the BCCI. Now, Anurag Thakur, who was removed as the BCCI president in 2017 by the top court for refusing to implement Lodha Committee recommendations. The Supreme Court CJI bench considered the following facts that worked in Anurag Thakur's favor, where they said that the ban had been going on for 9 years. Anurag Thakur had tendered an unconditional apology and the ban was never intended to be lifelong. Let me take this to my colleague Anisha Mathur, who's been tracking all the developments in the top court. Anisha, certainly big relief for Anurag Thakur in that sense, but what are the factors considered by the top court that the decision has now paved in his favor?
Well, Suesha, remember this entire episode against Anurag Thakur arises out of the dispute between the BCCI, for which Anurag Thakur was heading the BCCI back in 2017. The Supreme Court, while looking into serious reforms of the cricketing body, had asked Anurag Thakur not only to resign, but also a cease and desist order had been passed at the time, saying that Anurag Thakur will not be involved in any affairs of the BCCI. Now, after that, this was in 2017. Now, there was an application moved by Anurag Thakur before the Supreme Court to lift that particular ban, saying that it has been a long time, saying that the cease and desist order was passed during very different circumstances, that the BCCI constitution has been changed now, that the administration of the country's cricketing body has been streamlined under the new constitution and the sports code rules. So while after hearing all of these arguments, the bench headed by Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant, has said that he can now participate in BCCI affairs. He had been removed, remember, for failing and refusing to implement the suggestions of the Lodha Committee, which had been created by the Supreme Court for reforms in the cricketing body. After you would remember, our viewers would remember, the spot fixing scam had happened, the match fixing scams had happened. There were a lot of serious concerns raised about how cricket is being administered in the country. 9 years later, the Supreme Court has lifted that cease and desist order. The court has noted that three things. One, that the ban has been going on for over 9 years. It was never intended to be a lifelong ban. It was a cease and desist order. Secondly, that Thakur had given an unconditional apology for not accepting the recommendation and for defying the Supreme Court. Therefore, the court has now given this relief. Back to you.
Thank you, Anisha, for getting us all the details.